Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Kalonzo Musyoka was the only senior Azimio leader who attended Mashujaa Day celebrations at Uhuru Gardens in Nairobi. And as Kalonzo was attending that event, Martha Karua was at an interview with BBC, where she reiterated that she does not recognize William Ruto as the president, even though the law recognizes William Ruto. So you are seeing clearly that Kalonzo Musyoka and Martha Karua are reading from two different pages. Kalonzo seems to be embracing William Ruto, because I know by Kalonzo attending that event, it just means he is warming to William Ruto. Martha Karua, on the other hand, seems to be hardening her stand against William Samoei Ruto. In this video, I want us to have a look at the story behind the story. Yes, story behind the story. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. Kalonzo Musyoka attending Mashujaa Day celebrations, I don't think sits on wall with a majority of Azimio leaders and even their supporters. And I'm taking that as Kalonzo's own personal decision to attend that event. Yes. And you know, things don't just happen. It's always well planned. You know, in politics, things don't just happen. That is an indication that Kalonzo might be warming towards William Ruto, or already there are some behind the scene negotiations between Kalonzo Musyoka and William Samoei Ruto. That comes out very clearly. What does that mean politically for Kalonzo himself, Raila Odinga, and William Samoei Ruto? Let's start with Kalonzo Musyoka. In my honest opinion, that's a very big political blunder on the side of Kalonzo Musyoka. Because what Kalonzo Musyoka can get from William Ruto now is temporary self-glorification. Maybe just some jobs, maybe ambassadorial or any other job. Just temporary. But in terms of long-term, Kalonzo's long-term political future, that augurs very negatively for him, because if you look at Kenya Kwanza's structure, I don't think Kalonzo has any chance of being considered as a possible successor after William Samoei Ruto. So Kalonzo can just benefit him in the short time. Maybe he can just get maybe some appointments for the short time. But for his political future, it paints a very bleak political future for Kalonzo Musyoka. And I'm saying that because if you look at Kalonzo Musyoka remaining in Azimio, already Kalonzo was starting to, a good number of Azimio supporters and even Raila supporters themselves were already warming to Kalonzo Musyoka. And in fact, even if you do a survey among Raila supporters, they see, in fact, a good number of them are even insinuating on voting for Kalonzo Musyoka. But now should Kalonzo cross over to that other side, then it's automatic, he is going to lose that support. So William Ruto's side for Kalonzo will just give him some temporary self-glorification. But for his future politics, that will augur very negatively for him. And then secondly, Kalonzo joining William Ruto's team will not give Kalonzo Musyoka the ample time to do his campaigns. Because as of now, Kalonzo ought to have started his campaigns very aggressively, if at all he wants to contest for the presidency come 2027. William Ruto started his campaigns immediately after 2017 elections. Kalonzo, in my honest opinion, ought to have been doing that right now. He could have by now going around the country campaigning, attacking William Ruto's government. Because naturally, a good number of Kenyans do not trust the government. Kalonzo ought to have taken that advantage to build his political brand. By joining the government, he is finishing himself politically. On Raila Odinga, as much as the Azimio fraternity is losing a potential successor to Raila Odinga, on individual basis, I think Raila is a happy man by that move. Should Kalonzo Musyoka join William Ruto Kenya Kwanza Alliance, I believe Raila will be relieved, because it's better for Kalonzo to join William Ruto now, as early as now, than joining William Ruto maybe later, maybe in 2026 or in 2027. It's better he joins William Ruto now than joining William Ruto later. So that's actually a good news for Raila Odinga, in that assuming Kalonzo joins Ruto now, Raila can now build his political clout, knowing fully well Kalonzo is not with him. And then again, it's also a good news for Raila Odinga, in that now come 2027, he has no challenger in Azimio. That means that Raila Odinga will be the automatic candidate for Azimio and ODM come 2027. So Kalonzo joining Ruto paves way for Raila's bid in 2027. So in one way, as Azimio loses a potential Raila successor, Raila is now being left as the sole candidate for Azimio come 2027. And from what we saw in this year's election, anything is possible. You can see that now people have ganged up on one side, but you now find that Kenyans are going the opposite direction. We saw that in this year's election, and it can repeat itself in 2027. If William Ruto and his team do not perform, then come 2027, they might be surprised on the kind of voting Kenyans might vote in 2027. So for Raila Odinga, I'm seeing it as a blessing in disguise. For William Ruto, it's an outright blessing to William Ruto, in that it gives William Ruto the legitimacy. You know, I know William Ruto is really ashamed that he's only a president who is deemed to have been elected by only two communities, the Kikuyus and the Kalenjins. Even though he's putting on a brave face, I know it hurts William Ruto, if at all he has conscience, that is a president who was only elected by only two communities. And all these other Kenyan communities, a majority rejected him. Kalonzo joining William Ruto at least adds William Ruto another Kenyan community, or rather a perception that now another Kenyan community is now also supporting his presidency. Yes. So William Ruto can get some kind of legitimacy that he was not having in the first place. So Kalonzo joining Ruto is a blessing to Ruto and a blessing in disguise to Raila Odinga, and a very big blunder on the side of Kalonzo Musyoka. It's only giving Kalonzo Musyoka temporary, short self-glorification, but it paints a very bleak picture for his future politics. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us, you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like, and to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humble, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you, God bless Kenya. Any other person who wants to support our channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or feel free to send a contribution or donation to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.